This is an album called Dakar, Kingston, which was released in 2010 by Youssou N'dour. And I'm going to go through a little bit about Youssou in this video. And so let's get on with it. He was born in 1959. He's a Senegalese singer-songwriter, musician, composer, occasional actor, and businessman and politician. In 2004, Rolling Stone described him as perhaps the most famous singer alive in Senegal and much of Africa. He helped develop a style of popular Senegalese music known by locals, including the mballux, as mballux, a genre that has sacred origins in the Sera music N'dour tradition and N'dour initiation ceremonies. Comment about his acting: he was subject of the award-winning film Return to Gori, released in 2007, directed by Yves Morgan, and Youssou N'dour was also involved in that direction. I Bring What I Love is a movie about his life. It came out in 2008, and it's an excellent introduction to what this man is all about. I have been a fan of him for probably a fair amount of time now, over 20 years. And this is when I got into African music in the late 90s, early 90s, late 90s. And N'dour was one of the first African artists that really whetted my palate. And of course, he became an international star when he joined forces with the one Peter Gabriel on WOMAD and World Music Tours. And he was involved in a significant concert for African artists at the Royal Albert Hall, which I saw on TV. So that's where Youssou has come into my life. Referred earlier to the music that's really jettisoned Youssou to fame in his home country, mballux, and this incorporates traditional Senegalese music into the Latin styles that have dominated popular music in that country. And his album Étoile de Dakar is also worth a listen. I first got into Youssou through his album Set, and there will be some details of his discography on this video. As I said, he started to mix mballux with eclectic influences ranging from Cuban rumba to hip hop, jazz, and soul. And he won an international fan base once he collaborated with Peter Gabriel, also involved with Sting, Wyclef Jean, Nena Cherry, and Paul Simon, and many others as well. As I say, described by the New York Times as a voice of an arresting tenor, a subtle weapon deployed with prophetic authority. And some of the other albums I've got, Joker, From Village to City, From Village to Town, is worth listening to. And he does incorporate songs in native languages, in French, of course, and in English. And so to this album, 2010, called Dakar, Kingston. And I was drawn to this by the fact that, of course, he was referring to Jamaican reggae, and this is what this album is celebrating. So I'm going to go through it briefly. Opens up with the first track, Marley, which of course is a tribute to Bob Marley. Some great feminine harmonies mixed in with Youssou's spoken word here, and the gentle reggae loops are highly poppy with a little synthesizer that worms in and out with that harmonious backing vocals. The rasping verses of Jamaican poet Tubararuka are featured here, and this one song succinctly details this particular album as a mission that Youssou had been wanting to do for many a year. Medina is next. It's a very much an electro dancehall strut. And track 3, Joker, which is in English, he adds some orchestral strings here with beautiful feminine harmonies again, juxtaposed with Youssou's masculine growl. It's wonderful, soothing reggae beat. Bololone has a swaggering Jamaican guitar that perfectly suits Youssou's vocal delivery, and again those soothing harmonies. Bambo is track 5. This is a much faster reggae beat, a bit hip hop in style, very power driven, extremely catchy, and makes a brisk stride with clipping keyboard punctuations, and the horn section adds some extra bounce. Covering all the tracks here, you'll have to dig it out yourself. But next up is 9, Dia Dia. This mixes Senegalese mballux and Jamaican reggae, and it's absolutely 5-star. Don't Walk Away, in English of course. Morgan Heritage guests here. It's got a very eerie harmonica that's added in. And I'll just add finally the closer, Pitch Me, which has some soaring vocal delivery and tightly woven skank that boasts a fulsome bass line. And there's some very detailed percussion on this and a rich weave of voices. This is, if you're wanting to get started on African music and have thought about Youssou N'dour as a possible starting point, then if there is also some interest in reggae, this is a perfect combination to get you started. And once you get into this, you'll quickly want to get to N'dour's back catalogue and find out about the guide, set, and numerous other albums that he's released. Egypt is a particular strong one that I like, and of course Joker, From Village to Town. So that completes this very brief review of Dakar Kingston by Youssou N'dour. It was released in 2010, and I think it's an absolute gem.